Hey guys, EDDBUD here, back with a 5th live stream for you here on the channel. Hope you've had a fantastic weekend and bank holiday or Memorial Day as it's known overseas. Hope you've had a great time, been hanging out with your family, possibly indoors, possibly getting out, depending where you are. Those restrictions are all different sort of all over the world really. So kick the day off nice and early with a 6-mile effort, I think it was, around about 8 minutes 10 seconds a mile, using the Nova Blasts. They're just under 40 miles now, so not had that shoe an awfully long time, probably over a week or so, but already got a number of miles into that one and starting to enjoy it a little bit more now. If you're out there guys, please hop into the chat, it'd be great to see you. We got Stevie76, he's always there. Stevie, one of the top fans. When we do get the merch sorted out, Stevie, I shall be in touch. Nate Fisher's here. How you doing, Nate? Hope you've had a great day. And Kevin Scott as well. Some of the crew. Good to see you. Sanj S is here as well. Good evening to you. Bit later on, guys, once we've got a few more inside the chat, I shall start talking about some of the great running shoe bargains that we've had over the last few days. There's been some fantastic deals. There's going to be some going on all through this week. Apparently it's half term this week, so if the schools and stuff were in or wouldn't have been in, we've got a whole week off apparently. Or well, if you're a teacher or something like that, but we got a whole bit of time we can use and do all sorts of stuff indoors. But that's the way it's got to be right now. We got Rob Weatherall. How you doing, Rob? Good to see you. Eric the Red is here as well. Nice to see you guys. Paul Slater says, "G'day, Ed." G'day, Paul. Hope you've had a great day. Daniel Malio's here. Hi. How you doing, Dan? Good to see you. And Eric Peterson also. Cheers. Rainy in Orlando. I'll tell you what, it's warm out there today here in Somerset, in the UK, Eric. It's been really warm. I think got up to about 24°C, which is quite warm really for us Brits here. You know, everyone's just sweltering. Oliver the dog is downstairs just trying to find some shade. It's been pretty warm. I got out for my run very early. I think I was back by about 8:30, something like that in the morning. So got the run in before it got too warm. Even then I used the running vest. Which one did I use today? I'm not sure. I think I've already washed them all. I've been through the wash and dried already. It's been that warm. Mr. Awesomeness 213's here. Loves a good bargain, absolutely. There's been some great bargains the last couple of days. It's been so many to actually decide on what you want to get. I was just chatting with one of the viewers, Sarah Price. She'd gone for some of the Zoomfly SP Fast, the translucent ones. They look great, you know. They're a really good price. I think they were down to about £70 or something like that. Nate Fisher says it's crazy hot in Ohio. I bet it's warm there. Things are starting to warm up. Stevie76, can you beat Dominic Cummings in a 5k? I don't know, he's more a long distance man, that guy. What was it, 250 miles was it, something like that? Yeah, I think he beat me on long distance. I've been keeping it quite close to home really, Stevie. Kev says he's been to the shops with a hoodie on. Looked like he'd just been to a park run afterwards. I like it, Kev, very good. Yeah, I walked the dog in just like a t-shirt earlier, a couple of hours ago. And I just came back and I looked like I'd done like a 5k. I look really warm. Rob says, yeah, he prefers longer distances. Great minds think alike there, Rob. Only to natural beauty spots. So I'm quite lucky really, guys. I got a natural beauty spot right outside the house there. It truly is beautiful out there. We've got some lovely trails out there. I can just literally get straight out the house and just into the countryside there, so I'm really, really lucky. Paul Slater, he's enjoying that one. Awesome, guys. If you've got any questions, fire those over. Tell me about some of the bargains of what have you picked up over the last few days. Has there been anything that's really spiked your interest and that you just couldn't resist getting? I dug back through some of the through the archive, I guess. This is one that really stuck out to me. I managed to pick this one up. It must have been Must have been about 10 months ago, I think. It looks incredibly bright on the camera. That's just really crazy. So I picked this one up about 10 months ago. The Beacon, the original version of the Beacon. I think I've only got about 50 miles into these. It's kind of really upsetting, actually. I need to get out in these again. Maybe I could do a bit of a compare up against a couple other shoes and give it a little more limelight. Not that it needs it. It's crazy bright. This one was a great shoe. I picked this up for £43 a little while back. What a great deal. The only issue I had was having to glue the insole in. It just kept sort of slipping towards the, was it towards the front of the shoe? I think it's sort of bunching up at the front. So I had to glue it in with some of that spray adhesive, and that seemed to do the trick. But yeah, a really nice shoe. I don't know whether it was a second or something. There's like a little blemish in the toe box, but once you've worn it out a few times, it's got more blemishes here. Not too much wear on there. Great shoe. So light as well. I remember running a really fast 5k in this once. Not trying, I just noticed I was running incredibly quickly in it. So I think it's a shoe that does have a bit of versatility about it. Let's see what you guys have put up in here. So, oh, thank you, Joe, with the super chats. Very, very kind of you. What do we have? So, Eric the Red, Adidas SL20 on sale. Is that on sale now? I was looking on the UK site and there wasn't any sign of the SL20 popping up on sale or anything like that. It was really strange. I don't quite know why that is. It just didn't pop up at all on the UK site on sale whatsoever. Stone Cold Steel says the Salomon Speedcross 5 for $93 is incredible. They can go fast over harsh terrain. You feel like a superhero. Awesome. Salomon Speedcross. I did try the FloatRide a little while ago. I wouldn't say it was a true to size shoe. It's one of those shoes you've got to go up half a size to kind of reap the rewards on that one. We have... Let's see if I can figure out what's going on here with the streaming software. It's looking a bit odd. There we go. It seems to be working a bit better now. Doesn't seem to update the top section of the streaming software that I'm using. Kevin Scott says his Beacons, 200 miles on them. Haven't worn them in ages. Last one when I was having some Achilles problems. Wasn't just the shoes. I was having the same issue in various other shoes. Yeah, that's one I need to put some more miles into, really. I think I've done it a disservice so far, Scott. It's so light. That is just crazy light. There's loads of paper in there as well, so once that's taken out, probably even lighter. Joe Mullin says, sadly all the shoes on the sale Nike SA site are not interesting to me. That's a shame. There's nothing there. There's certainly some good deals now. Kevin Scott may need to give them another spin. Yeah, I'll get out and try them again. Sorry, that was the SL20 in the US. That's kind of strange, Eric, that they've discounted the SL20 there, but over here it's still max price. It's still about £100 over in the UK. Stone Cold says, agree, narrow shoes go half size up. Yeah, with those, the Rincon from Hoka, I really think that I need to perhaps go half size up in those. I have got a load of stuff turning up tomorrow. I've been asked to review some stuff from Decca's X-Lab series. So there's a couple of different shoes turning up from them. One of them's a recovery type shoe, and then the other one's more of like a kind of like a cross trainer, I think. So it'd be really interesting to try those out. But I did ask them to send them to me in a size 11.5. So I've got a little bit more room there. I think that might help out a little bit. I think with Asics, probably going to stick with the 11. The Alpha Fly was fine in a size 11. What else has been a bit tight of recent time? Let me think. The Reeboks have been fine in a size 11. It's really Adidas. I think I need to go a half size up in those. Those just seem a little tight. And New Balance as well. Had to go half up in the New Balance. we got Nicholas Gilbert. Hello, how are you doing? Ed, really loving the Peg 37s. Awesome. That's the other shoe I've got turning up tomorrow. My Hot Rod Peg 37s are finally in the country. They've travelled across the sea. They're finally going to arrive tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. So hopefully we'll be able to get the initial review video out by the end of tomorrow, depending when they arrive. Could be Wednesday possibly if they arrive quite late. So he's really liking the 37s. Thinks 5 to 10k distance for them is perfect, especially for tempo runs. Awesome. Yeah, most runs I've been doing of recent time, I've been really up in the mileage the last few weeks, up to 50 miles minimum, and most runs have been 6 or 7 miles or higher, so that's about right really. If the 37 you feel will go up to that sort of 10k distance, that's perfect. I'll probably try them on a longer run. I think it's another shoe turning up next week. What else have we got? Beast isn't here for me to ask. You know, she keeps a log of all the assets, you know, in the shoe sanctuary, but Beast is sadly here. We just got a picture of her up here by the Zoom Fly. Oh yes, we got Kev Burmaster is in the house. Guys, if you got some questions to ask Kev gave me some fantastic advice a little earlier in the year, a little before the lockdown, which made an absolutely massive difference to my running, to my efficiency. Kev, it's fantastic to see you in the chat. Really appreciate you stopping by. Sanj S says, with a discount on the Nike website, I picked up the Zoomfly 3 Infinity React for 30% off. Shame they didn't include the 37. Yeah, we haven't even got the 37 over here yet. It's not available in the UK. They're saying it could be the start of of June, but then of course they're also saying that their Alphafly is going to possibly launch the start of June as well. So I think people are hanging back a little bit and waiting to see what happens. I know a good buddy of mine, Kev Burton, he missed out. He was sleeping on that email about the Alphafly the other day, and poor old Kev missed out. I'm helping Kev out actually next Saturday. This kind of sounds crazy, right? So Kev wants to try to do an 100-mile run. I don't know how it's going to work. I think it's going to start at like ridiculously early in the morning, and I'm going to try to socially distance, sort of pace him. So staying, you know, a nice distance away from each other so that nobody's in any danger. And just for maybe an hour or so, I'm going to try and pace him a little bit, just to give him a bit of help and assistance to keep going. 100 miles is a huge amount. I don't know how long he's thinking about running. Maybe he's going to have some stops here and there to refuel and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I might try and get Kev to do a little spot on the show, on the channel a little later in the week, and he can tell you a bit more about it. I need to know a bit more about it first. It's going to be serious stuff. That's all I know. That's a great deal you picked up there, Sanjess. 2 shoes turning out, 2 brand new shoes. Enjoy those shoes. What a great day it will be when they arrive. You know, they get that bing bong, and then you know, the dog goes crazy and the cats run around, and then you open the door and there they are, the new parcels. It's nothing like it. We got Kevin Scott says, Joe Mullen, I've really enjoyed Kafuzi's podcast he makes for his live stream. It's just like listening to a conversation. Amazing for car journeys. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a podcast as well at some point. Once I can kind of get hold of a few more people a little easier in person. I think it's quite nice to do those kind of in-person type conversations. A little bit difficult right now. I think you lack on the phone or video chat a little bit of that depth to the conversation, you know. So once that happens, I will do a few of those. I'm very interested to do that. I used to be an audio engineer, live sound and all that kind of stuff, so I've got the skills to do it, so I might add that into the channel at some point. I know you guys like listening to stuff like that when you're out there working out, when you're on your long runs. Having a podcast is a really interesting thing. at the moment it's just music for me. I'm really into the boss, Springsteen. He just seems to get a bit more power out of the old EDDBUD legs while I'm going along. He's just really gives me a little more power. Let's see what else we got here. Nicholas Gilbert says happy anniversary for the Peg 3710 out tomorrow. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've got my fingers crossed, Nicholas. I really do. I really hope those turn up. It's going to be a lot of stuff coming in tomorrow, so quite a lot of work to be done with the camera, getting some of the slow-mo shots done of the shoes, because I'll have the Decker stuff turning up tomorrow too. I remember what the other one is now. Towards the end of next week, it will be the Saucony Endorphin Pro. So I'm hearing lots of things about this shoe at the moment. Some people are saying it's great, some people saying it's a bit meh, some people suggested it was like the Carbon X. A little bit perturbed by that. I'm not too sure. The Carbon X was a shoe I was really excited to kind of get it and run in it. And I can remember running on this beautiful trail. It's these quiet country roads. There's just hardly any traffic. It's undulating a little bit, so you've got a few hills there, nothing too crazy. And I remember just running in that, thinking to myself, this shoe is really firm. You know, it's not. I'm not really feeling a carbon plate in there at all. It just feels just like a really firm foam. And once I replaced the insoles a little bit, that kind of improved things. But I really hope it's a little more forgiving than that. I just found that to be a bit of a knee buster, that one. A knee buster. That could be a new phrase on the channel. A real knee buster. Oh, it's warm in here. Mr. Jameson says, greeting Ed and Beast. Beast, I don't know where Beast is. As you probably saw on the video earlier on, Beast has been sort of neglecting her duties and just came in about halfway through and then just fell on the floor and fell asleep for a while. So no idea where Beast is. It does smell though. Yep, Mrs. EDDBUD is cooking up something good downstairs. I'm not sure. It smells like maybe onions, maybe some garlic there. It could be some pasta is in the offing after the live stream is finished. Awesome. I might call up actually and see. Actually, will she come? I'm not sure she will if she's cooking. She might not want to mess things up. I hope she might make an appearance on this week's running news. I'll see if I can get Miss EDDBUD to do one of the stories, perhaps, or maybe even the weather. You know, I know you all love the weather spot. Kevin Scott, he says, Ed, as you are a man in the know with the contacts, when is the Beacon 3 coming out? Surely someone like yourself has been given special early access. No, not yet, Kev. I'm not quite at that point. I don't know, Beacon 3. There's so many shoes at the moment, it's crazy. I think there's going to be like an avalanche of shoes once the lockdown is over. Suddenly they'll like open the floodgates and there'll just be hundreds of them, and we'll just be completely undecided as to which ones to get or which ones to try out. It's kind of like the thing with the Alpha Fly and the Saucony Endorphin Pro. I'm sure that Nike were like, yeah, we're good, let's just keep all these Alpha Flies here till the lockdown's done. Yeah, no one's releasing anything. Yeah, we're all good. Adidas, their shoes just not even on the website. The Meta Racer, it's like gold dust, no one can get hold of that. Endorphin Pro, that's not coming out till July. Yeah, we're gold. And then suddenly someone comes in, oh, they've just released the Endorphin Pro. Oh man, get them out there. Send them all out, ship them everywhere. So I think that's kind of what happened. Paul Kane, he says a hot 11-mile run. Furthest since I recovered from a hamstring injury. Awesome, excellent stuff, Paul. Glad that you're feeling good. Feels great to be back. Missed it so much. Yeah, this is it. When you're out injured and you can't get out there, it's just crushing, isn't it? There's only been a couple of times in the last 2 years where I've had to stop for several days and just sort of nurse an injury. You know, you roll in, you're kind of doing some dynamic stretches and walking and things like that to try and free things up. But it's nothing worse. I'm glad you're back to full power. That is good news, and that is what we need these days. We need good, positive news. Soupy runs. Even Ed, sorry I'm late. That's okay, sir. Not a problem. Glad to see you here. Stevie says, got the skills. Hopefully the skills are still there, Stevie. Have I heard anything about the Clifton Edge? Mr. Jameson asked. The thing with the Hoka shoes, they had a load of these new models they showed very early in the year, and then again it's just gone really quiet. They released that crazy downhill shoe with the massive piece on the back, and then it's all been a little bit quiet after that. A couple of the reviewers like Jamie, people like that, they've managed to get hold of some shoes, or they've been sent them or whatever, but I don't know, I haven't heard anything really. I've just seen obviously what probably you guys have seen there with the Clifton 7. I'm really interested to try out the Bondi, the new Bondi when that comes out. A real max cushion shoe, one that EDDBUD can go out in, do some serious long runs, and then I can wear my vest with the holes cut in it, and my neck gaiter thing on the back of my hat, and I can pretend I'm Walmsley. Then I can run, and I can be as fantastic as him in my mind. Only in my mind though. I don't think I'll ever be as fast as that guy, and that guy is able to go to a new place of pain that others just can't get to. Joe says hello Joe. Joe Mullins says, you and I seem to be extremely similar. We're both into basketball as kids, both played music for a living, both runners. Yeah, we have. Maybe we should chat about that sometimes, Joe. I'm still really into my music. In fact, I've got a guitar just here, in fact. One of my prized guitars. Let me grab this for you guys. You can probably still hear me on this live stream. Let's grab this one. Oh. I saved up a lot of pennies for this one. It's my treasured Gibson 355. This is a truly beautiful, it's in fact a very heavy guitar. I'm getting quite tired just lifting it up here with a factory Bigsby there. I've been working on a track for the running news, that little ukulele thing I did the other day, a more beefed up version of that, so I'll probably use the Gibson on there at some point. I'm gonna have to put this down. It's just too heavy. It's not something you want to be holding with one hand. Oh. But yeah, that was a great guitar. It's about 10 years old now. I think I've had that. It's done a lot of gigs. It's been around. Needs a bit of a clean really, but it's a beautiful sound. Very a raucous sort of sound. If you put a little overdrive on the top of it, it sounds perfect. If you're doing that rock and roll Chuck Berry type stuff, it's ideal for that one. Mr. Jones said Beast is drunk. Kev Burmaster says Beast is social distancing. Kev, Beast and Mildred, the two cats we've got, they've been social distancing for pretty much the whole time that they've ever known each other. They do not get on, those two animals. Even like, you know, sort of 3-4 years later, it's just not happening. They don't like each other. Curtis Loss says, hey Bud, hey Curtis, how you doing? Soupy runs, the more shoes, the more bargains. Yes, there's hopefully be some more bargains out there. I'm not sure anyone's going to be able to match Reebok though and their crazy deals. I still can't quite believe the rate at which those guys knock out 20%, 30%, have an extra 20% on top of that as well. And there's some great shoes. That leads me on to one of my running bargains. You guys all know this one. The FloatRide Energy 2, which I got for £29. £29. I'm not entirely sure that is in dollars. Is it a little above at the moment, I think? So it's still a ridiculously low amount. But it's such a great shoe. The midsole is just beautifully soft. Just there's a little firmness to that. It reckons it's I think they reckon that this is a 9mm drop. And I know it looks a little perhaps dated in terms of aesthetics, but this is a wonderful shoe. It's even got a pull tab. for £29. This has probably got to be the ultimate bargain shoe I've ever got. That actually feels real nice. Mr. Jemison says dad shoes. They certainly are. I am qualified though as a dad to be able to wear these. I have the qualifications in place. Kev Burmas says, a request. Will you please film Kev Burton's 100-mile attempt? It's bonkers, but I'm fascinated with running form breaking down. Yeah, I don't know how Kev's going to do this. Like, he loves doing these crazy attempts at stuff. I think where he's been in lockdown, he's got some dogs. They're like rescue dogs. So he's been using some of his time to get out and exercise with them. So I think this is his opportunity to get out and really test himself. So I'll try and get some filming done. If I'm going to try and pace him for a little bit, and I'll try and talk to him later in the week as well, and see if he'll come on and perhaps talk about his attempt. Maybe I can get him on Zoom or something, and I can knock out an episode for the channel, so you guys can check it out. Jonah Cat, got the Hoka Rincon as my new daily trainer, but like I said, kept money aside for the Alpha Fly. Yep, it's coming. Yeah, Alpha Fly is coming. It's flying in soon. Kev Scott says, because I constantly look at the Reebok website, I'm a little scared of what the Reebok DMX Illusion 001 is as a running shoe. Okay, yeah, I keep seeing that DMX thing come up. It's an interesting looking shoe, that. Thanks, Eric. Glad you like the Gibson. It is a nice machine. Yeah, it is nice, Joe. It's a nice machine. Very heavy. Very heavy. Semi-acoustics are supposed to kind of get lighter as they go, but I'm sure this thing's getting heavier. The video channel is growing quick. Certainly, yeah, it's really growing. I'm really amazed. We've just hit about 5,800, I think, today. So do spread the word to any other running buddies you've got about the channel. And on the video today, guys, do give this video a like, so it helps to push it up the charts. I think with the YouTube algorithm, we're certainly getting out to some more people. So I'm just glad that the videos are enjoyable and people are getting some entertainment from them. That's my chief goal. So Joe says he's been here since Ebba was around 1,500. Happy to see his channel growing. Yeah, it's great stuff. Come on, 6k subs, says Kev Burmaster. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on, guys. My humour's unmatched. It's all the Bakewell tart I've been eating. I watched the video back earlier, and there's some mad stuff in there. I don't know whether it's this lockdown or anything that's generating a lot of it. I'll tell you, I'm out running. The other day we did the 10 miles, around about 7 minutes 26 a mile. And as I was doing the last 5 miles, I was coming up with some things in my mind. You know, oh, maybe I could put that in, maybe I could put this in. So that's where it comes from. It's where your mind's just drifting away from the run, and you're thinking about new ideas, new innovative ideas. Ed loves his pull tabs. I do. I love my pull tabs. Ah, Beast. Nice of you to turn up. Where have you been? Don't touch that guitar. Under any circumstances, do not touch the Gibson. Just going to touch it. Go on. I love the pull tabs. Yeah, I have a little joke with Emily Heller about that. She likes the pull tabs on the back of those shoes. Do you like other basketball shoes besides Jordans? Yeah, I'm actually wearing right now the LeBron 17s, the Command Force. Did a video on that probably about a week ago. Really enjoying these. I really wanted to get them because they've got that same setup with the two airbags at the front of the shoe. So I really wanted to see how it kind of worked in terms of well, for me, a casual shoe. I won't be playing too much basketball in these anytime soon, but they're certainly really comfortable. I'm really enjoying them so far. Super Runs, you've got a pair of those for £29. I need to change the insoles though, they're paper thin. Are they, what are they like? Let me see. Oh, they are quite thin. Yeah, I never thought to take them out. Yeah, maybe I'll switch mine up, Soupy, and try something else in there. That might give it even more fit, comfortable fit. You never know. Rob says, apart from Kafuzi, what other running channels do you watch or recommend? Like VO2 Max. That's Sage's channel, isn't it? Yeah, Rob Weatherall, Sage is cool. Yeah, I do watch Sage's channel. I like Seth. I watch Seth's channel from time to time. I really used to like his vlogs. So he did those race vlogs, you know, where he wakes up in the morning, he's making the coffee, and he's just sort of chilling out, getting ready, and then he goes off, you know, before the sun's even gone up. I used to love those race vlogs. Those are my favourites. Yeah, I've watched Mike's channel for ages. Like Kafuzi's the man, you know, he's the man. I really like the Fod runner, Forest of Dean runner. Andy, he's a good buddy. He does some great videos. That man is fit as well. I'll tell you what, that guy has got some considerable pace, and he's just getting faster and faster as well. He does some great reviews, so certainly one of my favourites that I watch pretty much daily. You know, whenever there's a new Fod runner video out, I'm there. What other running channels do I watch? I watch Jamie from time to time. Trying to think what other ones. I kind of just I'd search for things, you know. I like to search and find new channels and new people. I like Run Like Hella. I love Emily's channel. I found that just by accident, and she does some great stuff. Really bringing some character to it. That's what I like with her. With her singing at the start, and she's got her own real unique style as well. I really like that. Those are the main ones that I like to check out. Mr. Jemison says, I like Kafuzi the most. Sage is good. Yep, I agree with you there. Joe Miller wasn't sure on him at first, but going to really like him. Knows his stuff. MJM ran in the Saucony Endorphin Pro 9 miles. Have to say the New Balance fuel cell is more comfortable. Oh no. Well, we shall see, we shall see. What I'm going to do, when the Saucony Endorphin Pros arrive, I'm going to take out the white laces, I'm going to put in the yellow laces, I'm going to wear my yellow t-shirt and the black trousers. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wear the Aeroswift shorts. I'm going to get out, I'm just going to run a half marathon time trial. Straight away. Let's see what they're made of. If these shoes are that good, we shall see. And then I'll have something to compare against the Alphafly. So we'll get a real appreciation. So that's interesting stuff. I'm getting a bit behind here with all these comments. There's loads of comments here. Even Schwartz. Yes, I've seen some of his stuff recently. Yeah, I do like watching some of the trail-based runners. I really wish there was some more footage, you know, of Walmsley, like sort of training and stuff. See what he does, you know, where he goes, where he does the bulk of some of his miles. That'll be really interesting. Super Runs, your videos are certainly more entertaining than Corona Q&A. Even Nina Hussein presents it. Vasil says, greetings from London. How you doing, buddy? Edward, what shoe would you recommend to pair up for easy runs with the TC? I'd like to extend the life and also prevent the knee pain. Okay, well, I'd perhaps go for something a little firmer if you can. Get hold of something that's just a little bit firmer. The TC is quite squashy. I wouldn't say it's that massively squashy in the forefoot though. I've been predominantly using that one for just faster, longer runs really, which is probably why I haven't got up to the 100 miles yet in that one. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw this one out to the chat actually. Let Vasil know, guys, what do you think you should pair up with the Fuel Cell TC? See if you can help the runners out. We got lots of people in there, lots of shoes. Stevie76 merch update. Okay, so I'm working on something this week. It's a bit tough because the guy I need to get a hold of, he uses technology a little bit, but not an awful lot. But he's a really great artist, so we'll get hold of him perhaps via phone if I can get hold of his phone number again. I haven't seen him for a little while, but he's an amazing artist. He did a lot of sketches of me performing in the band, so if I can get a hold of him, we shall sort of move things forward a little bit. We shall get the wheels and the cogs turning. Mr. Jones says the beast is back and gone again. Joe Mellon, still need an explanation of the weak lemon drink. So, weak lemon drink was in a comedy show in the UK, where you've kind of got like train spotters, you know, people that kind of watch out for trains and buses and note down the numbers, and it's kind of, you know, what we do but with running shoes, right? Okay, so it's a little bit like that, and they'd always have a little flask of weak lemon drink to keep themselves hydrated. Kevin Goggins, hello. Speaking of Reebok, any of their shoes you recommend, say for a half marathon training? I would go the Float. No, it's the Run Fast 2. Go for the Run Fast 2. Get it in the blue, white, and red colorway. You cannot go wrong. That shoe is beautiful. Pebax midsole. I think there's a EVA cage on the top of that to provide a little bit more stability. That shoe is dynamite, and you can probably pick it up at the moment for about £80, I think it is, if you're in the UK, that is. Vasil says, I've lost him. Where did he say? Vasil. He says, Sage is cool, Seth's cool, everyone is cool their own way. That's very true. You've got to be yourself on YouTube. That's what I always find. Robin Monroe, just ordered a discounted pair of the Pegasus Turbo 2s. What's your favourite distance in that pair? 10 miles, Pegasus Turbo 2. I know people have raced half marathons and stuff and gone even further. But what I find is in those that round about here, that just starts to bottom out a little bit after a while. It's such a small layer of the Zoom X, so it just starts to bottom out for me. So about 10 miles, but it's a great shoe. It's so light. When you get it, you'll think that they forgot to put the shoes in the box. It's that light. It really is. Arnett says New Balance Beacon 2 are amazing. Great pair up with the New Balance. Also, thanks for helping out there, guys. Kevin Scott, the Run Fast and the FloatRide Energy 2. Kevin Scott is the Reebok man. I'm slowly becoming that as well. If you guys want to follow a community channel, says Joe Mullin. Community running account hosts on Instagram. Awesome. I have to check that out. The Run Experience. I'm not sure I've seen that one, the Run Experience. Perhaps I have, I'm not sure. Ben Parks, yes. Ben Parks, really great. I was so gutted for him. A couple of months back when he had that injury, it was really awful. And you could see it absolutely destroyed him. I'm really glad he's back to it now. He's a fast runner. I remember watching one of his videos. He ran a part run, came first in the part run, just holding a GoPro. It's just crazy. That would have been a mess by the end of that. Cody Davis, today it felt running in England. Today in Florida, nothing but rain. Oh yeah. We've got, you know, really hot, quite humid weather at the moment. You got all our rain, I think so. Wang says Sage is best for me in learning how to run better. I think he's got some really good videos about improving form and stuff like that. Yeah, certainly, I agree there. Mr. Awesomeness Ford has the serious pace. He really does. He's a fast runner. He's only getting faster as well. So there's some good suggestions in there about different YouTubers. Kev Burmaster says TC can be used for easy runs. Saucony Triumph actually pairs well. That's a good suggestion, Kev. The Triumph 17 is a really good pair up, I think, perhaps for the TC. I hadn't thought of that one. That would slip my mind. I think, Mr. Jemson, I always try and remain as modest as I possibly can. I am what I am at the end of the day. I think you've got to be honest. You've got to be modest and just down to earth, really. I'm constantly trying to improve. Whenever somebody's got some really good advice for me, I look at that advice, I take it on board and try and implement it. I think that's how you get better. It's like playing guitar, you know, you've got to take in things from everywhere and you kind of create your own style, and as long as you're moving forward, that's the most important thing. Yeah, certainly Seth's an awesome guy, really awesome guy, in terms of positivity as well. When you look at where he's built up at certain points and hit some really dodgy spells in terms of his fitness, managed to come back again, the mental toughness there is really, really good. And he's worked super hard with that channel to get it where it is. Yeah, I think you're right there, Kev. It's really difficult for Seth to be able to take time to try and get out to everybody. It's really tough. I mean, I don't know how many subscribers he's got there. It's a serious number. I try and comment and get back to everybody that I can as best as I can, but it must be tough. Jonathan Young says, were you running this morning in Sherborne? Not in Sherborne, though. I was in Yeovil, so I did kind of a big loop of one of the big housing areas and then headed back into the countryside a little bit to finish off. Just some very easy pace miles today. I think it's like 8 minutes 10. Just sort of moving along, feeling like I'm in Saturday Night Fever, that kind of mode, when you're just kind of easing through it. Something a little faster tomorrow and get back to doing a little bit of interval stuff tomorrow. Really push myself. Possibly have breakfast after that one. I don't think fueling up's going to be a good idea before some faster paced stuff. Vasil says, guys, one more question. Anyone tried both Infinity Run, 1080 and the Triumph? I am in that corner. I've tried all three of those. I'm still considering Nike due to discount. 1080, I would suggest, has got a little bit more structure to it. It's a little bit firmer than the Triumph. I did some fast miles in all three of those shoes. I wouldn't suggest they're just sort of these hulks of mid-foam. There's some good structure in the 1080. The Triumph, I don't think it's for everyone. It's got quite a lot of upper there, certainly in the tongue. It's very, very fat. There's a lot there. So I'd probably steer towards the Infinity Run, I think, if I was going to choose one of those. I mean, it's all about this midsole here. If you're going to pair up something with the TC, this one could be a good one to go for. And there's a good deal on that at the moment now, under 100 quid. So that could be the one to go for, Vasil. Hope that helps you out, buddy. Let's try and stop a shoe avalanche from occurring over this area here. Soupy says he's seen today there's a black colourway of the Run Fast. Awesome. I'll have to check that out. That's what you need to... I need to send a pair of those to Kafuzi and get him to try those out. The Run Fast. He's not done any of those yet. Vasil says he's going to buy all three. Try to run. Yeah, that's expensive. You can get all three, but I think Infinity Run, I'd perhaps go towards that one. Some interesting comment there. Certainly in terms of Seth, I can remember watching some of his videos. He did like a washing machine repair video. This is like way before like he got big. I remember watching that. I don't know how I stumbled across it very early on, but I remember watching that. Sean says he's plans to do Manchester Marathon in October. You doing any marathons pending that they get the green light? I hope those happen. At the moment, though, I'm a little worried that perhaps we won't see any races for a while yet. I just don't see how they're going to be able to keep that social distancing going with that kind of race where everybody's kind of packed together at the start. I hope they can come up with something. James Minshaw there has given a really good rundown of the weak lemon drink. Awesome. Well done, James, for that. Yeah, Fist of Fun, that was the one. I remember it like it was yesterday now. Kev Burmaster, I have all three. So Kev saying Infinity and Triumph Best. 500 plus miles. Awesome. Yep, so Kev's run there and he's saying both of those two as well. I had to do some weird lacing shenanigans with the 1080. I remember I had to miss out some of the lace eyelets because it was causing like a bit of a weird pain on the top of my foot. I wouldn't say pain, it was more sort of a weird discomfort. But yeah, once I'd done that, it was fine. Rob says, when is the 5k time trial? Oh yeah, possibly not tomorrow, Rob, because I've got all these other shoes turning up. If I'm going to do a 5k time trial, I want to have probably a very easy run the day before, so it's probably going to be pushed back a little later in the week now. I'm going to have to do it early because I just want to avoid people as much as possible. I got a good route there where I can do the 3.1 without any issues. And it's pretty much straight, just with a couple of small turns. So I think that's how I'll go about doing that one. So people talking about the Triumph there. It's certainly a good shoe. Really into that one. Do listen to Kev Burmaster, guys. He helped me massively. Like literally, it's taken, I would suggest with that time trial I did, a couple of minutes off of my time for the half. So do listen to him. And also, I've introduced some stretching into my routine before some harder runs, which has really helped in terms of my mobility. It really has helped hugely. One day I'm going to meet up with Mr. Burmaster once the lockdown's over. I'm going to buy him some beers and say thank you and a pizza or something. Rich Allen, you bought the Reebok Run Fast, taking 10 miles to break in but feel lovely underfoot. Oh yes, another convert, Mr. Scott. We got another convert. TX guys really helped me a lot. So Vasil's got some good knowledge there. I've loved that kind of thing in the chat, guys. Everybody's happy to help each other out. That's what it's all about. That's what this whole thing is all about. Connecting with people and sharing our love of the... Oh, Kev likes that. It's going to happen, Kev. We'll make it happen. Mr. Jameson, Richard, how long do you think it will last? The Reeboks will go on forever because they're the... Forever. It's got it there. The Forever 2.0. Just going to go on forever. It'll never end. I'd love to say it. It's probably maybe on the Reeboks we won't quite get the same longevity out of the midsole, but we don't know. We don't know. We shall see. Joe, he's going to head off. Great stream. Glad you've enjoyed the stream, Joe. Take care, buddy. We'll see you soon. Mr. Random, what time did you raise this morning, sir? What time did I get up today? I think it was about 10 past 6, I think it was. Yeah, 10 past 6, a little bit later. I just wake up really early and the birds are all singing outside, they're going crazy, singing tunes out there, and I can't get back to sleep. So I get up and do some prep stuff for the videos and clean some shoes, eat a little bit of jam toast, little coffee, that kind of thing. Get ready, charge the Polar OH1 because I've got this real OCD problem with that thing that I'm always worried that I'm going to put it on and start it up and then realise I hadn't charged it and then it runs out halfway through or something like that. So that's what I did today. Who downvoted this live stream? I don't know. There is this. I'm pretty sure somebody just comes on and just downvotes it occasionally. And I kind of like that because I love making videos. So I love making new content and stuff for you guys and looking at different angles of shoes, different things around running. And that one dislike, it makes me think I just keep on going. It's like the brass neck, never stop, never, always put that extra little bit of effort into the video. top and tail things, add something else in, another little funny little quirk or something, that actually gives me the impetus to want to do that. So it's I don't know. We need a challenge Ed 5k time trial. I'm going to do it. I am going to do it later on this week. Mark Changoko. I've got it. I said it right this time, Mark. It's good to see you. It's okay. Don't worry about being late. It's all good. Off topic, do you think it's a good idea to reopen the school now? I know they're reopening certain year groups, aren't they, in the UK? Or at least they're thinking about doing that. But I know there are some places around the UK where they've had little outbreaks again of the virus. So I think they're going to have to be really careful when they do that. I think even there's a hospital actually in Somerset where there's been an outbreak again of that. So going to have to be really careful doing that. So I'm not sure. Reebok is life. It is true. What's the advice to build up endurance and get some more miles, says Mr. Awesomeness. I would suggest slowing down and then increasing that mileage. So don't worry about time almost, just staying on your feet. I think playing in the band for so long, where I'm stood up for 2.5, 3 hours sometimes of a night, and then having to set up equipment, take it all down again, I think that's had a really good effect on my endurance. I'm just able to keep stood up, keep on the feet. So I think that would be the thing. Slow down a little bit on those longer runs, and grind out the miles nice and consistent. Rob Weatherall says shoe love tonight. Oh yeah, there's some serious shoe love going on. Rich Allen, hard to say how long they will last in terms of Pebax midsole. Yeah, they do feel well put together, I think so. They run fast too, they feel really well put together. Have I ever run, says Sean Dowling, in the Nike Streak 7? I haven't run in that shoe. If there is a new version coming out, which I don't know whether that's going to happen, because Nike seem to have shook up the whole running shoe index, really. All of their models are all changing. They're all slightly different now. So if there's a new one, I might try and test that out. Mr. Jemson, how long will the Reebok last? Answer is forever. Running the Reebok till they crumble. I like it. Kev Scott says he wishes a Reebok ambassador. You never know, it could happen. They're just not doing enough to get it out there. Kev Burma says I usually take the third or fourth week as a recovery, where I'll decrease mileage by 20 to 30% to absorb the training. Awesome. That means this week, Kev, I should pull things back a little bit, perhaps. I think I should. Eric the Red, there are OCD people who can't see the zero and have to downvote. Kurt Steeg, okay, what's motivating when going to downvote you? No, don't do that. Only one's alright. Super Run says, Kev Scott, I think I'll have to buy my third pair of Reeboks. Paybacks will be like cockroaches after the apocalypse. No, that'll be the Asics rubber, the high abrasion rubber. That's going to be around for a long time. Corrections, don't worry about the dislikes. You and Ginger Runner are the funniest shoe reviewers. Thank you. Ginger Runner is that's another one. I'd always watch Ginger Runner videos. I like his style. He's got his own kind of style. What I want to know is the background that's behind him like a green screen and like a photo of like that place, or is it actually the studio? I want to know that. Maybe I'll message him and ask him. I might even just message him and ask him to do the running weather like one time. I know he's massive and he's a really big YouTuber, but I might ask him and just say, hey, I love your channel. I always watch your channel. Any chance of doing me a little running news weather segment? We'll just do another few moments, guys, because I know Kafuzi's live stream's coming up at 9, and I don't want to step on into his sort of time slot there on his toes at all. Kafuzi's my main man. Fox Tech says he's somewhere in Austin. Jamie's crying. You're almost like the British ginger runner. Oh, I need to do some more trail running if I'm going to be like the ginger runner. He's always out in the trails. He's got some great places to run. Is he in like Portland? Is he in like Oregon or something like that? It seems like it's that kind of area. Rob Weather or Ed Bock. I'm not sure what you mean there. Mr. Jemison, Ed, have you tried those arm strap heart rate monitor? Yeah, the one I use, I think Kev Burmaster, I think, have you got one as well, Kev? The OH1 from Polar. So just kind of fits up on here. And it works superbly. I don't get any of these weird spikes anymore. A few people have said, oh, it's not giving you an accurate reading, but, you know, it's giving me like a similar reading to the watch, but without like the weird like spikes and stuff like that. So it's a much more consistent reading, and it seems to give more readings per minute as well. So you get a much smoother kind of representation of your heart rate. I found it works really well. I'm not sure I'm going to go in for one of these chest straps or anything like that. It just seems like people have problems with them as well, get them to sort of stay where they need to be and work properly. So Russ Smith says he did that on his wall last year. So oh, cool! It is a proper wall. I'm pleased to hear that. Ah, okay, awesome. So it is a proper wall. That's interesting to hear. He's in Seattle. Okay, so not too far from Portland, place I have been many years ago. Really enjoyed that area. I think if I wasn't here in the UK, I'd probably be there. You know, you've got loads of microbreweries, you've got loads of music venues, loads of places to run. What more can someone want? And they've got a team that plays in soccer in terms of it's green and gold and white, which is similar to Yeovil here in my hometown. Mr. Jameson, I hate chest strap heart rate monitor. It's like wearing a bra. And Joe says, how do you know what wearing a bra feels like? Awesome. Right, guys, I think we'll draw this one to a close here. I really appreciate you stopping by and chatting. It's a really great feeling. Chat to lots of people all over the place, all over the world. I appreciate all of you being there. Thanks for watching. Do check out the latest video with those run shoe bargains. There might be something you can pick up, certainly from Nike or Reebok or Adidas. There's loads and loads of stuff out there. So thanks, guys. Please take care. I'll be back tomorrow with what we got coming up. It'll be hopefully the Pegasus 37 initial review tomorrow. So watch out for that one dropping. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you.